Dolly Parton yesterday did the halftime show at the Cowboys Thanksgiving game. And, you know, from like the boobs up, she looked okay. But when you looked like down, like from that, she looked like an old lady. I mean, obviously in the face she looks older, but like she pulled it off. She looked decent, right? For a 77-year-old woman, especially. But, I'm watching it. Um, and a lot of these performers should just stay retired. If you want, like, when it comes to touring, like, it's okay to make music or whatever, that's cool, but, like, it's so, I'm watching the concert, and her stage presence is, like, terrible. She just, like, basically moving her arms around, lip syncing, um, and it's so cheap. When these people lip sync, and a lot of these people do lip sync in these concerts. Um, that's why like mess ups are kind of cool. Because it makes it more real, like they're human. Like somebody hit the drum the wrong way or hit the wrong guitar string. Um, it's not um edited in some type of soundboard, their audio, and then they just play it over the speakers. It's all pre-recorded, and they just like act it out. It just seems so cheap. Um, and there's some other people like the reason why they did that is probably because she make a fool out of herself. Because if she would have went which I don't think that she shouldn't even been up there, but like Axel Rose and was it Sammy Hagar, the one from the Motley Crue. I forgot his name, but like they can't even sing their own songs. I'm watching this video of Axel Rose singing "Welcome to the Jungle," and it is horrible, pathetic. It doesn't even sound like him. It sounds like somebody trying to like cover him or whatever. And they should just stay retired. Um, here's the problem. Um, there's a demand for live shows. There's a demand for people to watch music being played live, like I just said. Um, and the new artists are rare. So you have the artists nowadays are a bunch of studio artists, like myself. For me, I could go live. Let's say hypothetically, I made a song. It blew up, kind of like Anthony Oliver, kind of like that. Then all of a sudden, like boom, everyone knows who I am, and then people want to see me play live. Well, obviously, right now I'm in no condition to be playing live. I would have to rehearse the songs, practice the songs. I can't even remember like half of the words in my songs. Um, but like if I was to play live, I would probably play like 50% covers, if not maybe a little bit more, maybe 60% covers, just because original songs, unless they're like hits, people are kind of like, unless they're like a hardcore fan, they really most people only know, like, the popular songs. Uh, they don't, it's like whatever's played in their head. Um, there's a lot of problems nowadays finding new material. So, yeah, you got your like Taylor Swift's or Cardi B's, the gigantic superstars. But you got a bunch of studio rappers. And rap. I've never been to a rap concert, so I'm ignorant. But I'm going based off what other people say, and what other people say is that rap doesn't really. It's not as good as a rock concert, and I think it's because like honestly, if I was to tour, right, I'm not gonna go out there with myself and just like a sound box playing my background music while I'm just singing and performing. There's no way in hell. I'm going to have a band. I'm going to pay the band because they bring energy. We all bring energy. So me just being up there by myself, I mean, I know pop stars do it and like they usually have like choreographs, but it's different for rock. You need the instruments, you need the live instruments, and you need all of that. So what an easy way to like, okay, for the new generation, okay, when I was younger, you could just turn on the radio, you listen to your favorite radio station, and then they play the same, they loop the songs, so they kind of played in your head. And that's how you get familiar with songs. Like, it's just so rare when you first hear it. Just, I mean, this is me, and I write songs, okay? And maybe because I write songs, I'm just not as impressed as other people. So maybe it's different for people who don't have any type of creative ability. When they hear a first song, they just get blown away. But for me, usually I don't just like, I'm not taken back like, no. What happens is like I hear it a few times and then all of a sudden like it kind of gets played in my head. Like commercials, like it's repetitive, so you have to hear it a few times. Um, like a video game or whatever. So people nowadays don't really listen to the radio. The radio is pretty much gone. Um, so that's why you're seeing the youth kind of like go back in history and start listening to stuff from the 90s or the 80s or whatever. Stuff that they weren't raised on, because like you can't, there's nothing out here to put it in your face, put the song in your face, and then repeat it like a couple times. Besides like video games, but like when people playing video games, usually a lot of people just like play online, and then they're playing with their friends, so they're not really listening to the music. For what I understand, and usually for myself, when I'm playing the video games, I always turn that music off. I mean, mostly because I'm listening to podcasts when I'm playing a game, so like I want to hear the podcast or a video or whatever. But um yeah, that's a huge reason why the 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 youth, they have nothing really to latch on. What, Taylor Swift? Like there used to be so many musical artists when I was growing up, and before my time, before I was born, where they would just keep coming, boom, boom, boom. Here comes this another band. Oh, this another song. Like, it ain't like that now. Because I think if you want to know my real opinion, I think that we had time to be bored back then. So we had a lot of time to create. It's easier to make music now, yes. Um, but we are so distracted with either social media, the internet, whatever. There's so many distractions nowadays compared to when I was a kid. So, and I think that's a huge factor of um, why things are the way they are. And I think I think I think that there's going to be some the youth has done nothing. Like this is a young man's a young person's game. Um, making music and being like huge, like it's like I remember Ozzy coming out there, and you know I'm listening to all these really good bands all day and they're hardcore, and then I'm listening to Ozzy and it's kind of like, man, this is so weak. And I get that like all the stuff I listen to all day is inspired by him, but when he's just up there like basically with the walker, it's like, do you need to like, I know you want to do it, but it's like, you're done, man. Like the energy's terrible. Just you have to retire. Um, and that's what I did a long time ago. I threw all of my notebooks away. I threw like the poems and songs I wrote. I threw them away. I was like, okay, I'm done with that part of my life. I'm not gonna, like, I'm raising a family. That's most important. So, and I think I was probably like close to 30. I think I was like 30. I threw all that shit away. I'm moving on now, man. I'm not gonna be no damn rock star. I'm not gonna be famous. I'm not gonna be any of that shit. So like, I'm getting old, and I got a family to raise. This is not gonna fucking happen. Um, so, um, since there's lack of the youth, because man, it's probably gonna get worse because like these kids, all they know is the screen in front of them. So they're not really probably playing music. And you have some, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, there's not gonna be any musical talent that comes out, any original creative, because there is, and I think they're gonna be really really good. But there's just not gonna be as much. It's not gonna go back to. It's not gonna go back to back in the day, unless the internet goes away. That's the only, because people are, like I said, people don't have time to be bored anymore. So creating songs is work and um, monotonous. It can be. I don't think it's fun necessarily. Sometimes sometimes it's tedious. Like, of course, like playing an instrument, it could be fun. It could be fun. But what I'm talking about is like trying to figure out how to edit shit in the songs, like mix songs or whatever. Um, I'm sure it's fun playing on stage. I'm sure it's fun making a music video. Um, like it's making songs is frustrating. So like Tim Pool's like, work is fun, like, dude. So I'm going off into a side story anyway. But making music is work, and the youth, they really don't even want to do that. So, but I think at some point in the future you'll see like people that choose to live in different eras. I think there's gonna be like different communities with different eras. Um, so you want to live in the 50s? everyone, you go to this town, everyone dresses like that, or the 60s, 80s, whatever. You can go to a town full of like hippie looking people, or punk rockers, or just straight goth. Like you go to this goth town, like everybody's goth. Like, and I think that's you're probably gonna see. I don't know. I just think that this genres and shit. Everything is mixed. And just being like, I'm a straight punk rocker, or I'm a straight metalhead. I'm just like a hip hop. I'm a rapper. Like, as a songwriter, like, why wouldn't you want to try to like listen to different types of music? Why is it just one type of music? I'm only gonna play one type of music and that's it. Um, a lot of people are like this too. So, and I used to be like this too. Like, I like metal and punk and rock primarily. Some hip hop. I like Boys to Men back in the day, and I listened to I listened to the Chronic, and you know that Warren G was all right. Coolio obviously, but for the most part, like I wasn't huge into rap, but like I still appreciated it. But there's a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of getting to the point where people are just like going into like only like one part, only like rap. Okay, all right, man. Uh, I remember when I was in my 20s, it was pop punk, right? Like Blink 182, that was popping off. Everybody liked it. It was like the surfer, cool kids type of music. Bad Religion, No Effects, stuff like that. Just poppy punk. Um, singing kind of like a little kid, like a little teenager, whatever. Um, but uh, the current situation with music is pretty pathetic. But like I said, man, people don't have the time to be bored anymore. You know, so we filled that time with TV and stuff like that too. But people make TikToks, or a lot of the youth are just that's the popular thing, TikTok. That um, you can listen to a clip of music. You don't need to listen to the whole song. I remember when I was younger, I would draw, paint, listen to music. I would listen to music all the time, play it, all that shit. But um, yeah, but TikTok is kind of like the rock stars of the past. Everybody's getting their 15 minutes of fame, or at least somewhat fame. Even if you have only like 800 people following you, um, good. Let's just say hypothetically you got 1,000 people following you. Okay, social media is so weird. I have no problem saying whatever on Twitter, on any social media site. This, um, for people to listen or whatever, see what I read, what I said. But imagine if you're not a type of person that speaks in large crowds of people, right? So then you got 1,000 followers. With those 1,000 people you're speaking to, um, it's a lot different. Um, there's kind of like this barrier there. So Yeah, I think social media is a bit, like I said, people don't have to be bored. Oh, what is this person doing? What is my friend doing? Or what is my favorite celebrity doing? Or what is this like people, you know, I think I've hammered the point enough, and um, there will be some interesting, good music, and I think that there currently is. It just doesn't get the exposure it used to. The reason why it doesn't get the exposure it used to because it doesn't make the money it used to. You just go on the internet and like stream songs for either like you go on Spotify and not even have a streaming service or whatever, like pay for it, and you listen to free music. Same with YouTube. You gotta listen to a little bit of an ad, but I mean that's the same with the radio. That's how radio was. Um, you don't have to go to the store and like spend $15 on a CD, and $15 is a lot of money. That's probably like $30 now. I don't know. Dude, I started out at like my minimum wage was 4.65, and that was over 25 years ago. So like minimum wage now is like 15. So that's triple. That's triple. So obviously we've inflated our currency triple since I was younger. Yeah, I've seen people perform on TikTok live. Like they just do their own thing. You don't even need to like tour. You don't even need to like the whole touring thing. Like that's cool, but it's so complex, man. And then you put yourself at risk. Like Trump going to these MAGA rallies is like it always concerned me. Like somebody like taking him out or something. Um, and if you're a big rock star and you're up there saying blah 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 blah, like Jason Aldean or something, and you got some crazy leftist trying, you know what I mean? Like you put yourself at risk. That's why like these digital concerts are gonna, like that's the future is digital, like virtual reality type of stuff, man. Like having all your stuff on the internet, not in real life. Your assets, like having all types of like exchanges and auctions and all these different places you can go and sell everything, sell anything and everything, kind of like an eBay type of deal. It's probably going to be on X. X is going to be the one that, so a lot of these social media sites are going to fail, and X is going to survive. And X is going to survive is because of free speech. And he's just going to keep building off of it. At some point, Facebook will, when the boomers start passing away, that's when Facebook's going to say bye bye. We're going to have, like, everything's going to be more immersed. It's going to be more video game like. Video games are going to be free. Music's going to be free. Movies are going to be free. People make their money off of either advertisements on the your movie that you made or whatever, or if somebody takes a clip out of it and then like does something with it, makes a video or an audio or something. Well, me taking that clip, that means whatever revenue I generate off of that thing that I took from this person, they get a share, like automatically. So, and that's why NFTs are pretty cool. The whole concept of an NFT. It sounds weird. Oh, digital art. Dude, like, people are. Imagine like. Everybody's split up. Okay. Imagine going into the world and perhaps there is a Thanksgiving, right? And you can't be a part of it because you're far away. Well, AI would, if had, like, so if I tell my family, hey, listen, hey, here's a camera, record, or just like set up your phone and record this and send me the video. And then I'll put this in like some type of AI generator, and AI is going to generate this world, and it's going to generate all of them. So I can go and have that experience with them, and I don't have to be there with them. I might not really be talking to my mom or my dad or any of my brothers or something like that. Like, really face to face. It'll be kind of generic, but like, like I had to move. I'm at work or whatever, or maybe I'm in the military. I can't be home for the holidays. That's what I'm saying. Or whatever. I can replicate this. I'll be able to replicate it with AI technology. And it won't be like real time, but I can go back and relive it anytime I want. And possibly like start a fake argument, and then start it over, and then just really be myself and see how they, what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're really hurting their feelings. Like, you can truly be yourself instead of being like kind of fake, because you don't want to start any fucking drama. That's me a lot, and that's why I don't like to be around people that much, because I feel like I gotta be fake, because I don't want to start any drama. I don't want to have to get violent. So I just walk away. It's better to just walk away and not put up with that, because the consequences could be drastic. Possibly, like, okay, I'm out here, my ego gets the best of me, and not only do I beat that guy's ass, like, he deserved it, right? Let's just say he deserved it. He threw the first punch. He was antagonizing me, and I just fucking wrecked him, right? Like, he just got his ass destroyed. And now he's in the hospital, and he's got serious injuries. Oh no, he fucking passed away. Well, guess what's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna go to prison because I couldn't control my emotions. Unless I'm a Democrat. Then you can do what you want if it's somebody on the right. Yeah, if I was a Democrat and I attacked somebody on the right, I might get arrested, but nothing will happen. The DA will just throw it out. That's what happens in these blue districts. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's why I want technology, and it is possible in my lifetime I might see this, because of life extensions that are going to be coming. Like, if I'm like a 70-year-old man and they're like, hey, we're going to take your immune system out and we're going to put nanobots in you, and your body's going to be like a 20-year-old man. It's going to repair everything. Everyone's going to look young. Everyone looks young. Nobody looks old. Could you imagine that? Talking to somebody like, oh man, that girl's freaking hot. Go up and talk to her, and she's a 113-year-old woman. Isn't that interesting? She looks like she's 20. That's crazy. Like, that's the digital realm. That's what's gonna be like. No, when AI can think for itself, I forgot what it was called, and they become extremely more intelligent. Like, we're basically ants compared to them. We're less than that. And their intelligence will be like so superior. They'll be able to figure problems out really easy for us. Just basic problems we can't fucking figure out. We can't solve. Maybe like the trade, the monetary system. That's that. Anyway, so finishing this up, the music nowadays is repetitive. It's the same. It's the whole culture. And honestly, I feel bad for the youth. But, they got a lot of mental problems. Maybe they should start making some songs. They could probably make some really cool songs with all the issues that they have. And I might help them with therapy too. So, yeah.